Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Linda.
Welcome to Homegrown Families. We're having a great time today. We're talking to you about things that matter.
We got a parent
Pro
pro
tip.
tip for you. Hopefully, it has some actual significant content.
We have been crushing content.
We're going to talk today about how to pick a school for your
Yes.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have 9 children. Shocker to you first time watchers. We have 9 kids. Our oldest is almost 28. Our youngest is 8. And we have done homeschooling for many years. We had our kids in Catholic school.
Yep.
And now our kids are all in public school. And we've even had where some were in school and some were homeschooled. So we've done it all across the board, multiple different things. And let us tell you which one is the best.
So what's interesting is that there's an incredible movement of homeschoolers that are doing great things out there. And what we realized early on when we started to explore homeschooling was that it does afford you a lot of freedom to cater to the needs of your child. And that's very appealing when you're a family that's discerning what to do next. But
And that flexibility also helped us in our young family life because with Chris traveling so much, we were able to go with him. So we actually bought a motorhome and we were on the road for 3 months at one point, and we had 6 kids at the time, and we homeschooled, at least tried to homeschool, I should say. But that kind of homeschooling gave us that flexibility to be able to do things as a family that a
Right.
regular school schedule couldn't.
I mean, there's an idealized understanding of homeschooling that is still to this day very appealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna wake up, everyone's gonna be happy, and
The
and
Norman Rockwell vision.
I'm gonna go make some bread out of fresh wheat that I'll grind, and here's some coffee beans that I will churn and.
And the children will sit at our feet next to the fire as we
Yes,
read a
teach
book.
us, mother. Teach us, father.
And I know every single person out there who homeschools is going, yeah, that ain't it. That is not it at all. And
So
so
it's kind of tough. And if you've not had
very
the
tough.
experience
Yeah.
of homeschooling, it's maybe a little bit difficult for you to understand. But ultimately, the chaos of your life is going to be present at all times.
Yeah.
Just because you're doing homeschooling doesn't mean that there's not a million things that are going on that you need to attend to. And I think that's one of the great challenges is that life continues whether you're homeschooling or not. And the people who do really well at homeschooling are the people that can figure out how to balance that real
Right.
life experience and let those be teachable moments. One of the things that we realized early on, though, was that one of the important parts of homeschooling is that a child will really be good at reading. And I think what we realized is that our kids struggled when it came to reading.
Yeah, every single one. I mean, you can see behind us the books. The books are all over our house, and yet every single one of our children has struggled with reading. I struggled as a young person with reading. I don't think you did. You read all the time. But for some reason, all of our kids have gotten my wonderful trait of being a poor reader, even though I'm a great reader now. And that's always been my comfort is that they'll get it and they'll catch on and that's okay. But when you're homeschooling, and then for me to have, we stopped homeschooling when after our 7th child was born, and that's what it was. I realized I'm sitting around the table with 3 kids trying to homeschool, and I had 4 kids demanding my attention, 1 nursing and 3 pulling at my shirt. And at that point, I was like, there's no more. I can't do this. I can't do a good job. And in the fact that my 3 kids that I was homeschooling required so much, almost being spoon-fed, because they struggled so much with reading. And so that was at that point, that was our choice to put them in Catholic schools.
Which was very difficult for us to
very
make that
difficult.
decision.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think Linda ultimately came to the conclusion, I just want to be a mother. I don't want to have to be that teacher cracking the whip, trying to make sure that all of these assignments are getting done. I would rather spend my time helping them when they came home. And Linda's degree was in education,
Yeah,
so it's
I'm
not
a
like she
teacher.
was out of her element. She knew how
I
to
taught
teach,
school,
and
yeah.
she had taught in the public school. So at some point in the game, it just was, I'm ready. But we faced a lot of guilt with the idea of putting our kids in Catholic school even. I think there were a lot of
We also-
stereotypes about Catholic schools that we weren't sure. Do we
Right.
want to subject our kids to that?
And we also received a lot of opposition from other families who homeschooled in the area that literally we lost friendships over our decision to stop homeschooling, which is ridiculous.
It was so weird that I thought about even writing an article, can I still be a saint if I don't homeschool?
Yeah.
Because there was such
That was
almost like
that was
this.
the impression we were given.
Yeah, like you are holy if you homeschool.
Right,
And
right.
if you don't homeschool, well, obviously you're becoming liberal and secular.
So, but for us, for the Catholic schools, we were blessed in that area to have affordable and truly Catholic
Right.
schools. And so that's the challenge when it comes to a private school, I think, is it affordable and does it really actually teach your values? Because sometimes finding one that doesn't teach your values can be even worse for your values. So for us, it was a great situation. And for years we did that. We would pull one out here and there who felt like they needed a little extra time at home. But it was a good solution. And then we moved here to New York. And there was, where we are out in the middle of boondocks, Happy Place Homestead, there is no close Catholic school. And so the option was homeschool, which we did at first,
Yep.
or public school. And in the end, we put them all in public school. And that was extremely scary. Public
Very.
schools in New York State was very scary. But let me tell you, it's been amazing. It has been an amazing thing for our kids to, they've been given so much help as they struggle. The system, there's lots of taxes here, but that taxes is well spent in the school systems to be able to give them opportunities and experiences that no one has ever been able to give them before. And it's been a really great thing. Sure, we worry about the exposure that they get exposed to, but that's where we actually discuss and talk as a family. So I
Right.
want to say real quick, to my initial thing, we're going to tell you which one's the best. And what we have found, the best school is the school that works the best for you and your children at this moment. No
Right.
decision that you make is going to be a lifelong choice. For me, homeschooling, I always said it was a yearly choice. And actually, when I stopped homeschooling originally, it was halfway through a school year. So you never have to make a choice when it comes to the schooling of your kid that is permanent and forever and ever, amen, done. It can be
Right.
changed. Thankfully, we still live in a country that you can do that. Other countries, you cannot take kids and put them in different schools,
Right.
throughout, back and forth. And so we have that gift. And so take advantage of it and be at peace that whatever works for you, whatever works for, we have one child who's never been homeschooled, which is crazy. Well, actually, I guess two now because Ella has never been homeschooled. And we have kids who've never been to public school. And, they all are going to be okay because ultimately, at the root of their education is a family. The family, our base family, our relationship as married couple, and
Yeah.
our interaction with our kids is the strength, is the core that will get them through any of the choices that they are put or any of the opportunities they're given when it comes to their education.
Hope that helps. Ultimately, if you want to know more, you can certainly leave a comment below. Linda has a lot of experience in all of these realms: homeschool, Catholic schools, public school. I've been the dean of the homeschool, so I really don't have a lot to offer there. And I paid for
The
the
Catholic,
Catholic
schools,
school,
yeah.
so I can sympathize
And
with
the
you there.
taxes for the public
And
school,
the
you pay
taxes.
those anyway if you
So
homeschool.
ultimately, whatever works for you is really going to be the key. So
Yep.
you're awesome. Blessings.
Thanks for watching.